Had a bit who cares, and as I got back from seeing the amazing Dicko Circus, the last act, aka episode 8, and the main one, the season finale on the big screen. And before I go into this, even though I will type this video as spoilers, just in case you click on by mistake, this will cover spoilers. At the time I'm recording this video, I came out half an hour after seeing it. So this is going to be my raw thoughts of, on the finale. And also, like I said, I have to talk about spoilers because there are some talking points into this, you know what I mean? So, again, this is the last warning now. This will have spoilers. So, what I thought of the main Dicko Circus, the last act, the last episode mainly. Because there's no point in me talking about episode 8 because there are no videos out there that people talk about it. And yeah, that's on the main bit. That's a bonus seeing it on the big screen. What I thought of the finale? Well, I enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed it. And I was satisfied. Yeah, I know this is a thing too. This got leaked. I think like about a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Somewhere in Brazil had the footage early. And some people managed to get, to see it early. So, lucky enough, I avoided any spoilers of this. And people who talk about it, I heard what of them are pissed off with it. And after watching what happens at the end, it is safe. Yeah, it's safe. But at the same time, it was still a nice, satisfying ending to it. So, let's talk about the main talking point about the last episode. The main one that people are going to talk about now. That is the twist. The twist is Aeon in the main Dicko Circus is not real. Yeah, it's not real. They are copies, basically, or memories are copies. So what it is, these people who put on the helmets on, probably from like research and stuff like that for volunteering, and basically it copied the memories, their thoughts, and everything about them. And it got put in a file. And basically, their memories they are living on, and their human part outside the world are still living normally. Yeah, that is the big twist. So basically, it cannot escape at all. So, I know people are going to be pissed with that, but I thought that was a cool little twist because it reminded me of this old Netflix cartoon. I can't remember the name of it. It's about this boy, two boys and a girl, and basically they are stuck in a video game. And basically the twist on that is they're not real 2 on season 2. Not season 1, it's not, but season 2, the big twist on that is they are the copy avatars from the first season. It reminds me of that. I can't remember what the show is, but it reminds me of that, and I think this delivers better in a way, and it does hit you. Especially with emotions and stuff like that. Then you got the big mysterious backstory of Dax. Now, this is the bit that people talk about a lot for months and even years about what is Dax's backstory. As each episode he saw, he's hiding something. And basically, his backstory, his memory, like I said before, does not the real Dax. The real Dax is outside in the human world. His memories are basically he's brought up with a rough childhood, and his dad is horrible to him. And basically, he left, and as soon as his dad left, his mum started to do the same to him with abuse, all that. And basically got to the point that she done it, and then she hugged him, and then he didn't know what to do. So he pushed it, and he thought that, he killed it, you know what I mean? And ran away. So although found the real forces we got in the last 2 episodes, him running away and him living homeless. And we explore more of his backstory because he get attacked. And this is going to be one of the problems I'm going to cover later. Because, yeah, I explained that bit of me because that did me a bit, how he done that. But what I said, when he done the attack, he, basically all his memories are inside it. And so when Pompey, went to it and hugged it, she rolls the doors, she rolls on his thoughts, and then the one of the doors is a key to his key memory, and it shows you his journey from getting into this world till basically this episode, basically. And it is sad, and like I said, he explained this to him, because this is the thing, like, what I mean is, the frog person, I think his name is the frog girl, she got him to open up about his parents, his mum, and basically he did open up to her, and then he's afraid that she's going to use that against him, so he become more paranoid, so he kind of avoid her more, not speaking to her, and to a point that she starts to get depressed, and then eventually she got attacked. So that's why he feels guilty, because he's blamed himself to, what happened, know what I mean, to her. And eventually to the clown fella, because he was friends with him too. The same thing with him. Once she got attacked, he's done the same thing with that clown fella. So that's what happened with that. Then, like I said, eventually Palmy got to him, and then he let go. He accepted help, but he's still that blob thing. Even though he's not put in the tunnel, but it'd be like a mini tent for him to put in. Because this is the thing, in most of the episodes, before all that happened, Pompey and the gang find out this truth about it on the wheel, it can't escape, and they slowly rebuild the Dickle Circus, slowly. And then, like I said, that happens with Dax, they become attacked. And then you got Clang, which is an interesting thing they've done with Clang. He let go of, because he's alive somehow, and while he coming back slowly to the Dickle Circus, he realised, what he's doing is not right. Basically, what he's been doing all through the season is not right. Making these people prisoners, and basically, he let go of one that what call it, because there's two of them, isn't it? There's two polearms, basically. You let go of the blue one, let that go, and he eventually slowly came back to Dickle Circus, especially that you have all the social media posts of these people living on, know what I mean? And eventually it took him in, and that's basically what the ending is. It's them living their happy lives, knowing that it cannot escape. Now, I am satisfied with that. I know Wopiel won't be satisfied with that ending, because people thought, oh, it compressed. But at the same time, it was something that not many people talk about. So, I give him credit on that. Now, the bit that I am bothered, I am a bit bothered, is I wish this episode was on for another 20 minutes to half an hour, because there's some bits in there you can tell it cut out. Like, for example, what I said before about Dax, they become attacked, you don't see it. It's basically one scene in him like this, whatever. And then basically, straight after that scene, basically, he becomes this blob thing. You don't see him transform, you don't see that at all. Which I thought, I thought, no, that's, I don't know. I will put it in. If about time, maybe, but even then, that's one bit I would definitely put in. Seeing him, transform into this blob thing. And also, other cards, yeah, you do get mention of what they are, basically, like the real names or that. But it put that in the last minute, basically like in the end where Clan came in, put on like a protector and someone what they are doing in the outside world. I wish it saw a bit more of that, know what I mean? That's my main two problems with this is there's some bits you can tell it may be in it or it cut out because it was like to cut time or maybe because money, maybe because like I said, this is indie and they probably try to save money by cutting some scenes down to arenate. But there's some I wish they put in a bit more of, know what I mean? So overall, like I said, overall, am I happy with the ending? Yeah, I am. I'm happy with the ending. Now, I know some people cannot stand, the fan size for multiple reasons. One of them is going to be, we all know the fan base. And to be honest, yeah, it can be toxic. But be fair, I think since COVID, every single fan base now is getting worse. I mean, what My Hero Academia, for example, a lot of people will not watch that anime or read the manga because of their fan base. And sadly, it's a good series. So, sadly, yeah, fan base can be a problem, but it's not a new thing, you know what I mean? So, and two, people will say about are very greedy with basically it's I put mess onto you all the time. Which, to be fair, yeah, it do put mess onto you, but you got to understand, Iron Nation costs money to make. It does. It's not cheap. It's you got to do the voice actors, got to pay them, and also the animation quality. And not like these animation qualities are getting worse. If you watch my major Circus, that's the best example it got. Each episode, you can tell the animation's getting better and smoother. What's episode 1 to episode 9? The animation is night and day. So, yeah, it got to try a way to fund that. And so, obviously, mess like this, it got push. And even like at the end of this movie, it put a barcode there where you put a barcode in, and basically it show you all the merch you're gonna get for. You can buy now if you see the movie basically of what call of the Miniature Circus movie or the merch for that. And are we gonna do the same thing again when it comes out on YouTube? All that merch is gonna be out then too. So again, it had to fund the animation and especially future projects like Gamerverse because that I enjoyed that. I think I cannot wait to see more of that if I get given a green light. So yeah, that can be a problem, but at the same time, I understand it to a point. So if I'm gonna wank the whole series, I'm not gonna wank one episode because I think it's unfair. End of the day, it's a series, not a movie. So if I wank the Major Circus, I'm gonna give it 8.5 out of 10. It's amazing. Nice animation, especially the more you watch it improves. And also, the story's fun. The character's fun. Now, the only bit I knocked the points down a bit is, like I said before, is some bits near towards the end, it cut down a bit. And also, yeah, again, this nitpicking, I'm not blaming too much on that, is how long it took to get all these episodes. Yeah, I know people said, that's harsh. I know. That's why I know not half a point on that because technically it's indie studio, so obviously it cannot get the animation quick. Know what I mean? But at the same time, I have to judge it as a show still. So I knocked a point from that, and like I said before, 1 point down for what I said. One or two scenes getting cut off, basically. It feels like that. Except from that, overall quality of the series is amazing. And yeah, I made up. I saw this on a big screen, and I made up watched it because we need more studios like this. We need more indie studios to push the game, especially with the big corporations are taking over. So that's it. So you like this video? You want to see me more talking about these videos, or you want to see me talk more about other glitch programs? Like I said with Gamerverse, you know, really like the video, and please subscribe to my channel. This is a bit who cares. See you on the next one.